Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Uh, so it's Coachella weekend where I am, so it's kind of crazy. It'll be Coachella. It'll be busy around here for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Festival season is in full effect. So they have. It's a lot of people around. Please say hi if you're here. So I just wanted to talk. Number one. I submitted my Taylor and Francis paper, and it went through fine in terms of the structure of the paper, but it didn't. I guess the content wasn't developed enough. And so they gave me their feedback. And so I took that feedback and I redid it. I when I need to do something right away, I just get it done. So that same day I worked on it all night and I resubmitted it to a different journal, and I made lots of changes to it. I actually changed the title as well. And so it got submitted, and we'll see how it goes. This is my first paper, like academic paper. So while I've published books and I do know the protocols, um, a paper is a bit different. It's shorter and it's more specific, like in terms of like specific to a certain group. So I think I know what I need to do next time, which is number one is collect more data from my participants. And number two is do more personal interviews. So while sending out, little surveys is great, I think I need to do more interviews, which I'm aware of, but it's hard to schedule these things, to find out if people are available. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that next time. And I knew this, but again, I just wanted to get a feel of sort of how to submit things. So anyway, so now I'm in the waiting game again. We'll see how things go this time. So let's see what else. This weekend, after this little session, I'm going to go and go to the gym, and then I'm going to I submitted an application to a university for a lecturer position. I don't know how that's going to go. I'm waiting for another position to open with this university, apparently in the fall. So I keep checking every day. Once I see it, I'm going to apply. And yeah, it's that time where I think I'm planning towards that next chapter. I think I'm giving it 2 years with my district, and then I'm going to leave and accept my retirement and just go through that. There's, people are waiting for that golden time, but I don't think there's a golden time to leave. I think when it's time, it's time. And and we'll see how that goes. So, yeah, I've had a really stressful week. This week did not go as planned. I ordered a new water filter so that I can stop buying bottled water. And I don't order from Amazon anymore. I mean, as much I did love Amazon, but I don't think, because people can use things and return them and they get resold. I don't think the quality of their products are great, and I don't think the advertising is also accurate. So when I'm looking for things and they're showing pictures, like they're showing big pictures, let's say I'm buying Halloween because Halloween is my favorite time of year. If I'm buying Halloween decorations, it'll show these like big things, like a big pumpkin or a big decoration I can put. outside of my house. Of course, all friendly and positive and sweet and welcoming. But when I get it, it's small, it's tiny. I bought a pumpkin and I thought it was big and it ended up being tiny. So I don't like that misleading stuff. So I just decided I'm using other online organizations or online companies to order stuff, because I think it's better quality. Like Target's pretty good about their quality of products, and Walmart I think is pretty good. It's just me, but yeah, my days with Amazon are done. So anyway, I ordered this water filter so that I can stop buying bottled water, because it gets heavy and it gets annoying, and it's better for you. So I'm waiting for that so that I can just take my tap water, put it in there, it gets filtered, and I can enjoy my coffee, or I can use it for cooking. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, we're gonna stay around here a little while so that I can get some more subscribers. I'm trying to reach 50. So every little milestone is important to me. And I am gonna do paid promotions soon. I'm gonna do all of the stuff that people are doing to sort of get more exposure and reach. But again, I'm not looking for clicks. I'm not looking for like, here, come, come to my channel. I'm not looking for people for clickbait. I'm looking for honest conversations about educational topics, maybe true crime. And a lot of true crime has to do with like research, right? So because right now they're searching for Nancy Guthrie, right? But I think what they're doing is they're trying to make sure that they have all the evidence, and that the evidence is going to be good enough, and it will hold in court if they found the guy, right? And it's just it's a little frustrating in terms of the time that it's taking, but they have to be accurate, right? So if you're doing so we're going back to research and writing and academics and education. When when I teach students how to write a research paper about a topic, or about something they want to persuade their audience about, I always tell them, you have to have a lot of evidence for your argument to get them to your side, right? And so I think it's the same thing with true crime. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get all the evidence that they have this guy that did this to Nancy Guthrie. And that way, in a court of law, they have enough to convict. Because if they don't, this person will go free. And so, but I do have a passion for, true crime, in terms of if someone gets mistreated, especially an elderly person or a younger person, people like that. I don't think, no one deserves anything bad to happen to them. It doesn't matter what age you are. When people start saying elderly and all of that stuff, everyone deserves to be safe. Let's get that straight, okay? Everyone deserves to go out of their house and feel like nothing will happen to them, right? It doesn't matter, because I know, everyone has to get older at some point, right? And to feel like, something bad will happen to you because you're at a certain age is kind of scary. So I made some amazing coffee. I hope you guys have your coffee. So my thing is with education, the reason why I'm doing all this, I'm publishing, I'm public speaking, I'm trying to get, number one, my stuff out there. And it's important, I really believe that we need to support the underserved. I'm always about the underserved, the underdog. And I really don't even like those terms, underserved, underdog, because that's just saying that those particular groups are under everyone else, which they are. But I think we need to change the vocabulary for that. We need to change just our whole perspective on humanity, that everyone deserves to be treated equally. Okay, so if I'm in a classroom and I'm teaching a group of students and they're all from different backgrounds, and which I do have that, everyone deserves to be treated equally, right? If I have, someone from a Latino background to an African American background to an Arab American background to this or to that, and some people may not be at the same academic level as the rest, I still need to treat everyone the same, meaning I need to go back and forth with my instruction. So if I have, student A who's struggling and student B who's excelling but is hitting a bump, I need to go from student A, I need to say, okay, here's what you can do to sort of get caught up really quick. And you can do it quickly. If you're, a literary, an expert at teaching, and I can do that. I can get a kid who is struggling at a very low level to get to to everyone else's level in like 5 minutes. And everything, again, it just depends on the student. And then I can get student B who is excelling, but who's still hitting a bump maybe they're dealing with a tough problem. I can give them the tools. I can give them the resources. I can scaffold. Scaffold is when you're asking them questions to see, like, okay, like not giving them the answers, letting them climb on their own, but helping them climb to get to the point to where they can figure it out, where they're getting stuck, right? So I'm not a math teacher, but if I have a student that's struggling in math, I can say, okay, so here are the steps. Do you know this step? Okay, yes. Do you know the next step? Yes. Do you know the third step? No. Okay. So you're pinning, you're trying to figure out where they're stuck, and then you could start saying, okay, and I'm not a math teacher, like I said, but I can say, okay, let's look online. Let's ask your teacher. Let's do this. And sometimes I will let them go and ask their teachers, where they're at. Because, if I'm tutoring or whatnot. So my point is everyone's got to be, have the same level playing field of education, of housing, of, of having access to clean water, having access to living in a safe place, having access to schools that will give them the proper education that they deserve. So this is all why I'm doing what I'm doing: equity, inclusion, and whatnot. And I know there's a school of thought that just doesn't want that. And it's fine, if you don't want that, but don't get in the way of others that are trying to help, level the playing field. And so it makes it for more competition, right? So we're getting, if you're in a college and you have students, you're, from all over the world, and you're coming from, wherever, some sort of, prestigious sort of area where you got a really good education, you're going to be going into a university where there's going to be more competition. You're going to have students from other countries that have a better quality, sort of educational system, and they're coming here and they're going to get their opportunities. And now you have someone that's a little bit smarter than you, right? Or a little bit more competitive. I shouldn't say smarter, but a little bit more competitive. So that is sort of what my goal is as an educator, as a publisher, as a public speaker. And we just need to start doing that, right? We need to help others get to that point. So that's basically where I'm coming from. So going back to my paper, I was very disappointed that it at least didn't get to the reviewer point. It got desk rejected, but it's a good thing, like I said, that it got desk rejected. When a paper gets desk rejected, apparently it's sort of like I didn't have the full scope and sequence of the paper that I submitted to. So I changed my top, like I changed the title, and then I found a journal within Taylor and Francis that maybe would match my particular topic. I really want to get into Taylor and Francis at least once, and then I'd like to start writing for other journals and magazines. But this was my goal for this year. Once I published that fourth book, I wanted to start writing academic papers. And so that is my only goal. I will start my fifth book next year. I'll probably submit my proposal in December for Bloomsbury. And again, I don't know, I'm a little nervous, but I have my topic. I've been working on it for 3 years, my topic. So I think I'll be okay in this respect. But it's nice because in the proposal, you can kind of plan everything. They want to know how you're going to collect the data. They want to know how you're going to find the information. So you're kind of giving them the business plan, and then they can either reject it or they can say, do something different. So I am looking forward to that. And I also want to continue marketing my books. So my books are under Marianne Hasso. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them in my YouTube channel. You can find them everywhere, but they're tools. I mean, and I'm not asking for people to read them page for page, word for word. You can actually use it as a reference. Go to the reference section and look for the topic you're looking for. I want people to use my books as, solutions to problems in their classrooms. And that could be for adult, in the college classrooms, for high school classrooms, K through 8 classrooms. But I want them to use it as fixer-uppers, right? Fixing solutions. If you're having a problem, with a kid that's struggling with reading, there's a solution in one of my books for it. A quick fix. A quick fix for someone that's struggling with reading, especially if they're multilingual learners, is to translate for them. For example, yesterday, and I had a kid that was struggling in his class. I said, try to translate it into your language. And I showed him how, and he did, and hopefully it works. The thing is that it's buy-in, getting our students to buy into solving their academic issues. And I think that's important, because it's almost like they don't believe they will succeed if we give them a strategy to help them, or if we try to help them. It's like the confidence that they have. Do they have confidence in themselves? Do they believe in themselves? I've always had confidence. Well, I haven't always had confidence, but in my life, I've always been sort of insecure. But then over time, you just become more and more confident. But then now I'm turning 54 soon, and I want to do another marathon. And I've run marathons. I do those. I do enjoy them, like half and full marathons. But I also, I fractured my patella. So my thing is, will I be prepared enough? I don't want to injure myself. I don't want to do it for the competition of it. I just want to do it for my health. And I want to do it for, for the fun of it, for the excitement of it, and for the support of it. You get a bunch of strangers cheering you on. They go, "Hey, go!" It's so fun. So I am planning on doing that pretty soon. But again, running marathons is like focusing on writing. It takes everything. It takes everything out of you. So it's a whole thing. So I'm excited about all of that stuff. I heard a noise. I think it's my neighbor doing something, but it was kind of weird. So that's where sort of I'm at. I'm gonna do this until I'm trying to reach 50 subscribers, 50, so that I can continue to display content. And I know you guys like shorts, and they're quick and easy, but I don't know, shorts don't give everything. If you're here, please say hi. Well, what do you want to know about me? So yeah, let's see. Sometimes I take Uber, and I was so upset yesterday because I had it scheduled and the person went to pick me up and then they decided to cancel. And then I got charged a $25 fee. I got charged. And Uber won't give you a refund for those things. They just won't. And so I'm really upset. But water under the bridge. So I'm going to do a little shout out to the movie Palestine 36. I think the Palestinian cause is important. Shout out to, hopefully you go see it. I'm going to see if I can get to see it, because it's important. But yeah, I mean, that's been sort of my week. And so I'm hoping my paper gets accepted, because it's important to me. It's important to me to get this, my information out there. And, I'm full aware that it's very competitive out there in the paper world. And, it's been a long road for me. It's been a long writing road for me. But I am hoping that my paper gets exposed to the journal. That way people can use it for research as well. But it's got to show some promise, within the journal. Promise meaning it's got to get to the peer reviews. As if it can get so where the peer reviewers get out there and read it, then we're good. But we'll see how things go. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Anyway, so yeah, I've been sort of reorganizing my house, so it's a little bit more like a house, and I think I accomplished that. I still have a lot of work to do. I would like to get new blinds. The blinds I got this last time wasn't correct. I want to get the blinds that go up and down that you can just click on. So like you can flip on. I don't know anything about, home improvement. Well, I do know things about home improvement, but sometimes I make poor choices. I have to get a new toilet pretty soon, but it's not important because the main toilet's the one that I use. But I have 2 bathrooms, so I don't use one. So I need to start working on that. And then I need to start refurbishing my regular bathroom. I would like to get the tub to be a little bit, upgraded, but not expensive. Like, I'm not going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on things, because I don't know if I'm going to stay where I'm at. The climate's not friendly. And when the climate's not friendly, you don't want to do anything. And I'm an outgoing person. Like when you go out the door, it's hot a lot and it's heavy on you, right? It's heavy on your body, it's heavy on your system. And it's like you don't want to do anything. And I'm an outgoing person. I like to go places. And I've just noticed something within myself in the last few years when I moved where I'm at is while it is, I found a place that is inexpensive and I could pay it off. The climate's just not friendly for me. So I think when the time is right, I am going to decide on getting out of here, getting into a better climate. But we'll see how that all goes. We always want to do things, but depending on how the real estate climate is and the political climate and all that stuff, it impacts real estate. It impacts everything. So anyway, but yeah, so I joined a gym. I'm planning on going to the gym right after this live. So I'm excited about going back. I went twice last week and I could tell that it's doing its job. I was in a lot of pain, but it's all good. I did the leg press where you get behind this machine and you go down and up. And boy, that one did a doozy on me. But I'm going to go a little bit harder this time and we'll see how it goes. I know I'm boring, so I don't know. I'm just really trying to get as many subscribers as possible. But this is not about me. There's no one in the chat. So if you're here, say hi. Anyhow, I know the Nancy Guthrie case is really on a lot of people's minds right now. And, it is something that's on my mind. I've been following it. It's the only case I've been following because these people need peace. These people need, to find some conclusion, and their mother is gone. I mean, Mother's Day is coming up, and it's like, it's kind of hard, to deal with. But you see, like right now, I have no air conditioning. I have nothing. And I have my fan on that's on top, but it's like, it's starting to get hot, where I'm at. And it can be really, it's hot, it's uncomfortable. And I don't, it's been like that since I got here. And, it's not my cup of tea. I like the hot. I like the heat. I like tropical weather. I like all that. But at some point, things get expensive, you know. Air conditioning gets expensive. Other things get expensive. So it's a little, it can be a little annoying. But I did get at least it's friendly and safe. So each time I buy, it gets better. So the first house I bought, it was safe, it was fine, but the neighborhood wasn't friendly at all. I didn't like it. I didn't like the neighborhood. And I didn't like the drive to my job. I don't like this drive either, but it was just, okay, so I don't like the drive and I don't like going to my home. So that was already two dings. And, I didn't end up, my house was old And also there was a bat underneath my house, like underneath the front door. There was a bat living there. And I'm like, and they don't do anything about it. So there was too many dings. So I said, I'm out. I'm going to take a loss on this. So I took a loss on that. It was really hard to sell. Really, really hard to sell. It took a long time. And then I said, we finally sold it and I was out. And then I went to another place and it got a little bit better. The climate was better. The neighborhood was better, but it was too small. So I took a loss on that. And then even though this was opposite of what my goal was to get closer to my job, but still out of the city and out of the drive, uh, it was out of my, I had to take it. So I took it and I didn't want to take another loss because that's too much. I mean, I just don't want to. I want to pay it off so I can make, you want to make some money, right? And that way I don't have to take out any more loans for my next house. So, yeah. So, everything is a process, but I don't think I'm going to stay here for too long. I'm going to give it like 3 years because I'm waiting on leaving my current job and settling in on my new job, hopefully, God willing, and then leaving. And so it may take 4 years. I don't know, but I have a plan in mind. So, but yeah, I've been on for 31 minutes. Please say hi if you want to, if you want anything. But I'm trying to log into the author website for Taylor and Francis, and I don't know, it's not letting me go through. But yeah, it's been an interesting ride for me in terms of my writing career and my research career and my academic career. And so we'll see how things go. So, like, if I ask Chat GPT, right? If I ask Chat GPT, okay, so where, like, it says if your manuscript status says with journal administrator for Journal of Language Identity and Education, your submission is in the initial processing stage, handled by the journal's administrative team, not yet by an editor. The journal administrator is usually checking that your submission files are complete, verifying formatting and guidelines, making sure required elements are included, running plagiarism or technical checks, and preparing it for an assignment to an editor. Usually takes a few days to 1 to 2 weeks. So, yeah. My other paper took less time. Well, it took 2 days. So I submitted my paper on August 9th, so 2 days, and it's still not with anyone. Let's see the other one. When I submitted my other paper on March 21st, and it went to with editor within a couple days. So I submitted it on the 21st, and it got to the with editor stage in 2 days. So, and then it was rejected on April 9th. So we'll see how things go with this one. April 10th is when it was submitted, and today is April 11th, so it's still in its whatever phases. But anyway, yeah. So I'm rambling, but I'm trying to get 50 subscribers so that I can do fun shorts. I know you guys don't like long-winded uh, videos, but once I get my community going, I'd like to, do fun shorts, fun lives. I have to get to 50 subscribers to do a live from my phone. So that's where I'm at. Um, anyway, I feel like I'm boring everyone. There's no one really here. I would like to do like a marathon to see how many people I can get. So, anyway, yeah, so my gym is very nice. I love it a lot. I It's quiet. You can do your thing, and I feel good after I'm done. I hurt afterwards, but I just need to get back into the gym. It's been 3 years. I've had a home gym, which I like. I have a little elliptical and a running thing, a running machine. But I need to start getting back in there because I just do. I love the gym. I love the looking at people. I feel good when I'm done. I've been a gym rat since, I would say, 2005. 2005. Yeah. I've been going to the gym since probably, I would say, not like 2005. That's when I really started to get into it. Um, that was when I left my other job. I left this job in telecommunications because after 9/11, everything went bonkers. Um, and the company went out of business. And so, you know, technology is always changing. So, and then I moved back in with my parents to finish my education, and I needed an outlet, and the gym was my outlet. So it was good. Um, but I didn't really start going hard in the gym until I left my house, my parents, and got out on my own. But I would be there every day. There was a gym I was at that was great in the beginning. It was really great, but it was old, and I got a trainer and everything. And then it got really bad as owners changed. I would smell like people smoking in there, and I would say, it's like, why am I? I'm not going to go to a gym where people are smoking, or you can smell smoke. Maybe it's out. I mean, I'm not going to go to a gym where people are smoking on the outside. It's like, well, what kind of promotion of health are you doing there? So I left that gym, and then I found a better gym, and I was there for a long time. And then that went down the hill, and now I found a good one. So, when I stick to it, I'm sticking to this place. And that's another thing that's sort of making it hard for me to leave is like, yeah, you take the good with the bad. And there's a lot of good for where I'm staying. I want to stay loyal for a while, for a long time. If I leave, it's going to be hard for me to do that because then I have to find another gym. So I don't want to leave. And I probably can find my gym where I leave, but I would like to just focus on loyalty right now for everything that I'm going to do. Commitment to what I'm doing. That's a big thing with me. Like, I don't want to keep jumping around. That's not me. I like to stay in one place. And people criticize that, but that's me. Um, I don't like to move too much in terms of like jobs. I don't like to go from one job to the next, and it's not good. If they see your resume and you go from one job to the next, it doesn't look good. Um, you have to stick to something for a long time for organizations to say, okay, this person is reliable, um, responsible, and so forth. But anyway, I'm also thinking. So tonight I'm going to go out to dinner, and I'm thinking about going to go see the new Mario Brothers movie. My favorite comedian is not on there, but I'm probably going to see it anyway because I would like to. I would like to see. It's actually a very entertaining movie. A lot of action, a lot of fun, a lot of the color, the animation is really good. And I'd like to go see a fun movie. After seeing Scream 7, I need to see something that's sort of fun to watch. Um, and I don't like gore. I don't like gory movies. Like right now, there's a movie called Thrasher that's coming out, or Thrash. It's a shark movie. I won't see it right away. It seems like it's going to be really gory, but that's what people want nowadays. That's really sad. I like Halloween. Like I want to like I'll watch Halloween because it's not gory. Well, the past ones aren't gory, but they've been doing like these fan films on YouTube that are really fun to watch, but then they get gory too. I mean, it I like I like I'm old school, you know. I don't belong in 2026. I belong in the 1970s, but still like the hippie kind of mentality. I like things old school. I like to feel it. I like to feel the excitement. I like it to be worth it, right? If I'm going to go do a half marathon, I want it to be worth it, meaning I want to enjoy it and get a workout out of it. I'm not there to be better than anyone. While it's fun to get those accolades, we're not going to be that, for the rest of our lives. But there's always going to be someone better than us, right? Always. So, what are we really competing against? I like competing against myself, but I like to get some value from it. Whether it's a movie, a marathon, the gym, I want to get something from it. And I like to feel like something is worth it. Whether it's, not everything, whatever I spend on, it's got to be worth it. And if I feel like it's not, then I feel like, oh, I feel yucky. And so same thing, I have to buy a new car. I mean, my car can last forever, but it has a lot of miles on it. But I'm scared of driving it constantly because I don't know. But I have to get it oil changed. I'll probably do that in June so that it's the summertime. But you need to get your car oil changed. That's like everything. It's just like going to the doctors every year or so. And I have to do that too. I have to get my blood checked and just make sure that my levels are there. Um, but uh, but yeah, everything has been okay. It's been a long. I started going to the doctors honestly after my dad passed away, um, because I'm like, well, I need to just get this stuff checked. But I was feeling okay for a long time, um, but everything was fine. But you just want to make sure that your levels are checked. I don't eat a lot of meat, so I eat like turkey burgers and tofu, but still, you still want to make sure. I don't eat cheese. I don't eat things that are cholesterol driven. But still, you need to make sure that, your electrolytes are there, your whatever, vitamins, you're getting your vitamins. But it's like your health is important, right? But yeah, we'll hang out for another 15 minutes. I'm trying to get 50 subscribers so that I can do more shorts on my phone. I want to do shorts from my phone, like lives on my phone, not shorts, but lives. If I get 50 subscribers, I can do a live from my phone. I can do it from anywhere. So Anyway, that'll be the title. Trying to get 50 subscribers to go live from my phone. So anyway, but yeah, all right. I don't know how people do these marathons. I guess if you have engagement, you can, but so okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream so that I can start my day. But please, if we can get to 50 subscribers, that would be great. All right, have a great Saturday.